Welcome, 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 welcome. I am Sati Mara. Power of now. Get it, read it. It is finally safe to be in your body. Honoring this portal, this connection to the divine that we women possess. It's like we women need to start having these conversations is what I'm trying to get at. I just did like a whole long pause thing because I was trying to remember where I was going and I lost it. So I'm just gonna be transparent. Let's keep it moving. I mean, maybe as I continue on, I'm sure ideally, maybe I'll have some things like notes and such that'll come about and organize this. This might actually be what I was just about to start talking about. I think I was gonna split this into two, but now I'm like, well, do I do the other video? I don't know. It's an experiment. I'm figuring it out. I don't have a closing catchphrase just yet. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out the song thing. I do like starting with a song. And see, and this is what I need to stop doing. I digress and disclaimer myself out of where I'm going. I clocked this like a couple weeks ago. A couple days ago. If it were a couple weeks ago, I'd be Sati. Which that's not very self-loving. I mean, here's where I'm going with it. There's a part of me that really wants to be more polished right now. I wish I had my outline, or I don't even know if I would operate very well on an outline. I don't operate that way, but it would be more polished. And what I'm saying here is in terms of self-love, if I can accept this, that I make mistakes, that I'm going to veer off, that I'm going to lose my train of thought, that I might look dumb, that I might not look good enough. Oh, my teeth aren't white enough. Oh, is it the lighting? You should have heard the amount of excuses my mom was trying to give me to not just sit down and press bloody the red button, okay? No pun intended. Oh, but that was classic. Good one, Sati. So yeah, and then I say a lot, and then I trail off and blah, 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 blah. My mind can really do some things. And I don't think I'm alone. I think especially as women, especially as Black women, melanated women, we deal with some additional pressures that you just have to be hyper aware of and alert and on point, on game all the time. You know, I'm not one to get into a lot of like the social justice, racial matters. Maybe one day I will. It probably really surprised people maybe how I feel about things. But I'm definitely interested on the spiritual attack of things when I look at the power that is inherent in us as women, that is inherent in us as Black people, as the proper stewards of this land, as original people. And when I see all of the ways that the matrix has been designed and continues to upgrade and improve to further tether us into a reality where we are separate from our power, where we are separate from our divinity, where we are separate from knowing the essence of all that we truly are. It's when you see it, it's heartbreaking. And I had to spend some time sitting with feeling so stupid for being completely duped. And I worked through self-forgiveness to come back to the essence of self-love, to realize that I never would have even gotten to this point. But this is something to celebrate. So I congratulate you for being here. This is not by chance. I have resisted this so much. You don't even understand. And life has really shown me that what is meant for you cannot pass you. And we create our own hell and our dissatisfaction of what is. We create our suffering in not allowing life to do her thing, right? So let's explore this together. Let's see what tools and techniques we can find, we can learn about, what books we can read. Again, I recommend start with The Power of Now. Not because I think it's the best, greatest book of all time. Although I will point out, before I finally read this book too, because I did have the audio book, and I was like, and then honestly, Eckhart, no shade, but I get a little bored with his, I did get quite bored listening to him in the past. I see that now as my monkey mind, and just the boredom of, the being, a part of the matrix, just being a little sheeple, which I've been too. I've fallen in and out of. I'm doing my darndest not to, and hopefully, sharing good stuff with you about that too. Yeah, I just did it again. I just did the disclaimer digression thing and lost where I was going. But that's okay. Anyways, like I said, this is my experiment. Let's see what we can explore. I've got some jade eggs, so I'm planning to start exploring with those. We'll talk about numerology, astrology. I think there's a lot to be said about symbols. Here's the thing. There's a lot of fabulous information out in the world, but you gotta be constantly checking if it's useful for your growth or not right now. What worked today may not work tomorrow. What doesn't work today may work tomorrow. It's a matter of how we hear and see things. That's where I was going. Like my boy, Mr. Tully. In the past, when it first came out, I even had the planner, the Power of Now planner. Oh, such a poser. That's what I'm saying, a spiritual poser. I had the planner, and because I felt like I got the gist, I understood. And then listening to the book, and I was just like, nah, I can't even check in with this. To where I'm at now, 20 years later, and finally reading the book cover to cover 3+ times, and the new awarenesses and understandings I have upon every read, and what all surrendering to the present really means. It really is a difference between your salvation or your eternal hell. You're either with it or you ain't, right? Like there's really no middle ground, and any attempt at middle ground is lying to you. Now the point though is that you gotta find that for yourself, and there's a lot of different avenues to get there. Is my great wish, desire, and intention for us to explore these things, right? So maybe start with asking yourself, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? Sit with yourself, take a deep breath. Let's do that right now. Sit with me. Let's see. Did I catch everything that I wanted to? I don't know, but I think this was something I started talking about before too. I was wondering about if I was going to keep up all those past old videos, or if I was going to try to be like, oh, this rebranding, here I am, Sati Mara, dun dun dun. Nah, this is part of the experiment. This is the evolution of my experiment before. I do know that people are interested in seeing how things develop, and for some reason nobody is doing that. We're all afraid of looking silly or looking dumb, or you hear that in all of the great things. I was gonna say in all the great things, and then I was about to reference one of my own videos, but yes, that was a great thing too. But I was also meaning in bigger podcaster people and stuff, how they've said, you gotta look back at where I started and how I've evolved, and how it's cringy in some of those earlier episodes and things like that. So I don't know, I'm not gonna be too cringy about it. Let's let it go. We've got bigger fish to fry. The point is, there is not time to sit here worrying what do people think about me, and in the past and the future, and all of these labels and identity and blah blah blah. You are so much bigger than that. and we've got things to do. Time is of the essence. So where my girls at? Where my women at? Where my warriors? Come on with it. Let's do this. Thank you. Let me know some of your favorite empowering affirmations. We could get like a little list thing going, or whatever, what's been really powerful for you. And yeah, come on and sit with me over at Sati Satsang in my subscribe star page group spot, and hear the rest of this video. And if you're not down to sit, that's cool. Come back here and I'll have another YouTube or however I'm doing this. I don't know yet. Thank you. Love you. To your self-love, to your growth. Let's do this.